Yeah, the first 6 months are very good. We are still growing very fast. We are on our plan. We will communicate on our figures next week because we have just finished our first 6 months. But the big picture is that we have strong growth around 45 and 50% of growth. Last year we did a fantastic year with 250 million euro of turnover, and we have planned at the beginning of the year to do between 250 and 370. And at this moment, what I can say is that we are totally in the plan. Concerning Spain, we still have a strong growth, even if, to be honest, it's much more difficult than the other country. But we still have 40% of growth at minimum on the first semester. To be honest, Spain and Italy are strategic countries, the same way as France for many reasons. First one is Spanish people used to buy with this kind of model on private sale. The second reason is that Spain is a huge country for brands or for manufacturing, for example, shoes. And in Spain, there is, in addition to that, there are a lot of retail and most famous brands. So we have to be strong in Spain. And for that we have employed that's true Spanish guy in order to be the commercial director for all the people in Europe. And we will launch a new sourcing office in Barcelona in the next 3 months in order to be more local and in order to work more closely with local brands. So all these reasons show that Spain is still very, very strategic. Speaking in the same thing, Ping Ki was at the beginning of Pixmania, so he's someone very professional. He knows very well how to create structure and develop a company in an international context with a strong growth. So that's why we recruit him to help us to consolidate our growth and to define Showroomprive for the future. Now we are in an industrial process, so we need to structure a lot of things, big things like logistics, customer service, international expansion, brand development, and for this reason we needed someone very talented and experimented with a lot of knowledge on internet space. So it's the same thing as Romain. We recruit someone senior in order to help us to continue all these big developments. On the world pictures, in France, in June, 40% of the turnover has been done on mobile, and 45% of traffic has been done on mobile, and 33% of turnover is done on mobile. If you look at the other country, Spain, for example, it's a little bit less, but we have launched our apps after France, so that's normal that there is a small difference, but the growth is very fast. We do more than 30% of our turnover on mobile, more than 30% of our traffic on mobile, and roughly 22-23% of turnover is already done on mobile in Spain. And when you see the trends and the growth, we can consider that in France, for sure, traffic coming from mobile will be more than traffic coming from websites at the end of the year. I'm not sure that in the country it will be the same metrics, but to be the same trend. Yeah, we are working hard on that point. We just have launched Poland last week. So now it's open. For Brazil, we are working hard in order to define how we will go there. We are sure that we will not go there from scratch and alone, as we did in Europe, because there are so many reasons that make this kind of development very difficult and very risky. We don't want to crash all the good job we are doing in Europe in order to go there. So that's why, in order to de-risk a little bit, in order to go there with much more ambition and to be strong in the beginning toward the other competitor, we try to buy a company. And for this reason, it takes a little bit more time that we have planned, but this is in a good way. But at this time, it's too much confidential. No, it's too confidential. But the main idea behind that is we don't want to go in Brazil alone and from scratch. So we will go. If we go there, it will be through an acquisition.